Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
Happy long weekend, guys. Street Justice here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back with the reaction to House of the Dragon. This is Season 1, Episode 3, Second of His Name. Now, before we go any further, I just want to give you guys a quick update. My Targaryen mug set still has not arrived. I'm pretty upset about this. I was really hoping to have it for this episode and this reaction. Unfortunately, it's just going to have to wait for the next one. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's discuss what went down last episode, where we actually saw King Viserys choose his new bride, his new wife, and instead of choosing a 12-year-old girl, which absolutely everybody was telling him to do, I know it probably would have been the smart decision to actually do that because of the lineage, the bloodline, and all that, but instead, he went with his heart, and he actually chose Alicent Hightower, and that pretty much pissed off everybody, including his own daughter also, because Rhaenyra was not happy about that. Regardless, though, I don't think she would have been happy either way. Like, she did say earlier on in the episode, like, I understand, you're the king, this is what a king needs to do, but regardless of who he would have married, if he has a son, it's going to take her place in regards to the heir to the throne. So I don't think she would have been happy with whoever he would have chosen, but I guess just choosing her best friend really pissed her off. So I kind of get where she's coming from, but it also pissed off the other dude who I don't know his name just yet. I think it's Corlys, something like that. I apologize, guys. I will get it down by hopefully the end of the episode, because at the end of the last episode, we saw him go to my boy Daemon. He's like, yo, the king pissed me off. Daemon, you want to side with me? I'm willing to side with you. You do me a favor and you got my support. So I think this episode, we're actually going to see Daemon take on the Crab Feeder, which the Crab Feeder looks freaking crazy. I don't know if he's just going to be here for an episode or two, or if he's here for the entire duration of the first season as an enemy, but at the end of the last episode, he looked freaking nuts, Leatherface. Like, that's the vibe that I got. So hopefully we see a battle between those two, because, yeah, I'm excited for it. But if you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. Interesting sigil. There he is.
Coming for you! No, please!
Oh! The brutality of it all. Now he's got crabs. Crabs really that vicious though? They're going right for the flesh. Obviously that's CGI, but still. There's one of them.
Save me!
You did not get saved. Or maybe you did. Saved you from torture.
Come out, Rhaenyra!
1v1. Plus the dragon. Lives to fight another day. The dragon looks great. Oh! He got hit. Time job.
Already our boy has a kingly presence.
He may yet, brother, but this morning he insisted on eating porridge with his hands.
Then it remains for Viserys to name him heir to the throne.
I wouldn't be so sure.
He's the king's firstborn son.
I don't know that his grace sees it so clearly.
And it lies with you to make him see it. Lord Hand.
Your Grace, I bring urgent news from the Stepstones.
Still gonna give it to Rhaenyra.
The Crab Feeder has dug in for siege on Bloodstone while his men sabotage our fleet under the cover of dark.
Not today, Tyrant.
Seems pretty urgent.
Is the baggage train ready?
It's presently massing at the river gate. Lord Jason expects us in the Kingswood before midday.
Have you seen Rhaenyra?
I have not, Your Grace.
She fled with her ships and her people.
Look at the shoulders. Like dragon scales. I love it.
Your Grace.
Did I say to stop?
Now you.
From the beginning.
Now you.
Rhaenyra? Yes, my queen. Your presence is wanted in the outer courtyard.
I'm guessing they're not as close as they once were.
You may go, Samuel. You are to stay by order of the princess. The queen commands you to leave the Godswood at once.
Kevin, stay.
Kevin, come.
Kevin, stay.
Kevin, come.
Stay.
Is it the king's command? Yes, but then at once, Your Grace.
Edward the Conqueror made second of his name. Here's to his grace on his second name day.
Pretty fancy. King's watching. I've seen a lot of talk in regards to him not being fit for a king. He does seem like a decent person. Like, I don't hate King Viserys at all. He's just probably not making the smartest decisions.
Perhaps the princess can give us some insight. Your dear uncle is the great mind behind this war, is he not?
I wouldn't know. I've not spoken to Damon in years.
Since you supplanted him as heir.
Now have you served the wrong of Lake's Lady Red Wine, wait and cake?
Pug life.
Lord Jason Lannister.
Gathered that from all the lions.
I don't think we've been properly...
Lannister. We got a Lannister in the house.
I don't have a dragon pit, of course, but I do have the means and resources to build one.
Just checking her out.
Dragon pit.
I'd do anything for my queen. Or lady wife.
No, not feeling this.
Thank you for the wine.
There you go. You guys are House Lannister. Let me know in the comments down below. There's a couple of you guys out there. I didn't see too many though for my watch.
The great houses.
Jason Lannister is an excellent match. She's arrogant.
Did he send him over?
Well, I thought you might have that in common. But you've refused me at every turn.
That's not what she
I do not
wants.
wish to get married.
Even I do not exist above tradition and duty, Rhaenyra.
Excuse me, Your Grace.
Not in front of everyone.
The Royal Huntsman has sent a report, Your Grace. There's been a sighting of a white hart. The stag is the king of the King's Wood, Your Grace, a regal portent for Prince Aegon's name day.
A lot of eyes on her. That's her boy, though. Yeah, he's gonna chase right after.
Princess, wait!
What happened back there?
My father, trying to sell me off to Jason Lannister. Was I named heir to the Iron Throne, so that I might only further raise the standing of a Lord of Castle Rock?
No, but it's a part of it.
You want me to kill him?
He's fucking around, but if she said yes, he would.
Grace. I had this forged in the Golden Gallery in honor of Prince Aegon.
It's quite a thing.
I hope it might provide the killing stroke against your white heart.
He's not too impressed.
I would
Didn't win him over.
To take the Princess Rhaenyra to wife, Your Grace. What I offer you, the crown and your daughter, is strength.
Do you think that House Targaryen wants for strength?
If someone offered you more dragons, would you not take them?
Do you have dragons to offer?
No, he does not.
Castle Rock is a splendid seat. Rhaenyra may take her place there by my side without shame and feel herself well compensated for her loss in station.
What loss of station?
If you were to name young Aegon heir, Your Grace.
And when would I be doing that? Have your bannermen questioned my choice of heir?
Of course not, Your Grace.
It is your sworn duty to report rebellion stirring in my kingdom. I did not decide to name Rhaenyra my heir on a whim. All the lords of the kingdom would do well to remember that.
She's the chosen one for him.
Thank you for the gift.
I gotta say, that kind of made me like King Viserys even more. Sticking with his decision, standing up for Rhaenyra, and sticking it to a Lannister.
What do you make of Lord Jason's proposal?
That man's pride has pride.
You're not only Rhaenyra's father, you're the king. She'll do as you command.
It is not my wish to command her. I want her to be happy.
Otto's like, I can't relate.
Another choice beyond Castle Rock.
I don't give a fuck about my daughter.
Perhaps you might be more comfortable with one closer to home.
Who do you have in mind?
Prince Aegon.
You didn't say that. Tell me you did not just say that.
Working his magic.
The boy just turned 2 on her.
Betrothed them.
I came here to hunt. Not to be suffocated by all this fucking politicking.
Gotta see where he's coming from. Otto's good though too. He knows when to back off. He got in his ear a little bit. He's like, all right, I'm gonna stand down for now. Then he's gonna recoup, come back, and get back in his ear. Oh man, he's getting bombed. White girl wasted. Targaryen, white hair wasted. Feel like his end could be near.
Powerless over mine own daughter of 7.
He's too drunk.
King Jaehaerys ruled over half a century of peace while his children drove him to the edge of madness.
I'm not familiar with this guy yet. He's got some wisdom to him, though.
My opinion on the matter. It would seem to me the best match for Rhaenyra is the son of the sea snake, Selena. Some years ago, I counseled you to take his sister to wife. My reasoning remains the same. We must pray, of course, that Laenor survives the fighting in the Stepstones.
And the fact that he didn't do it before, he's probably really going to push for that for Rhaenyra.
Tell me something, Sir Kristen.
She's like eyeing him right now.
Do you think the realm will ever accept me as their queen?
Fortunately, no.
I have no choice but to, Princess.
Uh-oh. Somebody out there? Oh, fuck. Boar. That was a bear at first. I just watched The Revenant and Prey. Oh, shit. Those things are vicious. I've seen Lost. That one episode of Walking Dead. Oh! Damn.
May not be white, no Grace. He's a big lad.
For the kill.
Damn. Poor animal, man. I don't think I could do that. I don't know his ultimate fate, like how he goes. So I was kind of expecting like a King Robert moment there, where it turns around, hits him with an antler or something. And some nice shots this episode. Look at those views. Another one. That's the one that they really wanted. Oh, it's beautiful.
I was hoping we might discuss something.
Rhaenyra.
Yup.
I do believe that Rhaenyra will marry your Grace. But she must believe it is her choice to do so. What's this?
Oh.
A letter.
Snooping.
Vaemon Velaryon.
Sea Snake's brother.
He's fighting in the Stepstones.
Lord Corlys and Prince Daemon are losing their war.
Badly.
Corlys. That's how you say his
This
name.
is a plea for aid. Then why not send it?
Because it is a war started by 2 malcontents.
It's kind of a tough decision,
What do
too.
you believe, Viserys?
Do you back your brother? The same brother who basically just betrayed you and disobeyed your
To
orders?
anger one person, the pleasing of another.
And in doing so got himself in
Then I
trouble.
pose a simpler question. Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives or is vanquished?
Boom. I think that's the real question. He's got to go.
Dwarfstones, and deliver this to Prince Daemon yourself.
At once, Your Grace.
Did he make call for help?
He would sooner die. But his king does not mean to allow that.
Still backing his brother at the end
Do
of
you
the
not
day.
think my decision correct?
It is no consequence to what I think, as I'm often reminded.
Why must every effort on your behalf be resisted, as if to the death?
Because you mean to replace me. You might as well peddle me for what you can. A mountain stronghold or a fleet of ships.
You have misjudged me, Rhaenyra.
Oh, know it.
I will not live forever. I wish to see you contented.
Surprised he's still alive.
You think a man would do it?
What would you have me do?
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Laena Velaryon.
Fair enough. You made about 7 or 8 good points there that I can't refute.
That is true enough. You must marry. Strengthen your own claim as to your match. Make it yourself. Search him out. Find one that pleases you.
There you go. That's what I was talking about. That's all you need to say. But she'll be more open to it now.
I did waver. At one time. But I swear to you now. On your mother's memory. You will not be supplanted.
Really not a bad guy. I am surprised he's still alive though. With all those wounds and scabs and lesions.
The crab feeder and his men have no reason to leave those caves.
We must give them one. An offering of flesh to bait the crab.
Show me the knight who will march into that helping nephew, and I will show you a madman.
Damon.
Damon is why we are losing. Blood or no, Vaymond, I will not have you stoke mutiny.
Prince Damon, I bring word from His Grace Viserys Targaryen. First of his name.
Look at David though, man. Not even saying a word. All smug right now. He's gonna accept the help though? I guess not. Holy hell. Damon is something else. At first I thought he was gonna appreciate the help from his brother. He's just like, nah, fuck that.
Brother, though time and circumstance have seen us estranged, know that it is not my desire to see you fail in your cause. I shall pray nightly to the gods for your safe return.
Actually, a nice letter. I don't know what he's thinking. White flag? He's giving up? This has got to be a ploy. Here they are. They've been fighting for years. And he's just going to surrender? Wave the white flag and surrender? Seriously? No! Not seriously. I knew he had a plan. I just didn't know what the fuck it was. So he drew them all out. Super risky. He can fight. Thankfully, they can't shoot. How quick they're going, though. So this is why he didn't accept his brother's help. At first, I was like, is he choosing to align right under the crab feeder before go back to his brother? He was just like, nah, I've had enough. This war is over. Oh! He got hit again, twice! Thrice! It's only a matter of time. He's not invincible. Where's his dragon, though? He's surrounded. He's a good fighter, but that's a lot of folk. I love it. Annihilation. There's the proper battle I was talking about. I thought the dragon wiped out pretty much all of them already. Going in for the kill. I don't think the crab feeder's gonna make it out this episode. God damn! Chucking them. This is dope. Third episode. I can't stress that enough. Did you kill him? Through the smoke. Oh my god. Feed him to the crabs. Victory! Yo. Badass. And they ended there? Yo, how long was this episode? It was a full hour. Holy fuck. That flew by. That did not feel like a full hour. Legit, I thought that was like 45 minutes tops. Damn. Okay. What an episode. House of the Dragon. Alright guys, that was season 1, House of the Dragon, episode 3, second of his name. And man, what an episode. Especially at the end there, the full battle. I was just thinking, like, we didn't get anything like that in Game of Thrones till season 2, so obviously this, or I'm assuming this has a bigger budget, so they're giving it to us right off the bat. I heard some complaints early on too. I was watching, I think it was Angry Joe reviews of the first couple episodes, and he was basically complaining a little bit, him and like Alex and them, if you guys know who I'm talking about, were complaining a little bit in regards to the CGI. They're like, oh, maybe they're just saving the CGI or the budget for later on this season. And to be honest, I haven't had a single complaint with any of the CGI this season at all. So I didn't really get that complaint, but I guess there's some nitpickers out there. I don't know. For me, I'm definitely not one of them, at least when it comes to the CGI in this show. And even in Game of Thrones as well, there's maybe a couple scenes where, like, yeah, the dragons you could fully on tell. But for the most part, like, I don't know. I'm just fully, like, delved into this, not even thinking about the CGI in most cases. But, yeah, let's delve into this because this was a pretty damn good episode. At the very end there, I want to start at the very end there with Prince Daemon. I don't know, man. King Viserys is willing to help, but Daemon's just like, fuck that. At first, I really didn't know what he was going to do. I'm like, is he actually choosing to surrender rather than actually accept assistance from his brother? But that was not the case. The way that whole scene played out, that whole battle, man, that was so freaking badass, especially of Daemon. My God, I did not expect any of that this episode, especially after the start of this episode, because we saw the initial fight. I'm like, really? That's it? They kind of built up Daemon going after the crab feeder, and that's all we're going to get? Like, it was a cool scene to start off the episode too, but I'm like, really? That's all we're going to get of the battle with the crab feeder? That was not the case. So it actually skips ahead 3 years, and I feel like the show is really jumping ahead quite a bit. And I have heard, I even mentioned it this episode as well, that the actress playing Rhaenyra is not going to be sticking around. Like, I don't even know if this is going to be one of her last episodes, but I heard that she's not going to be around in this series for long, which really sucks because I'm really grown to like her character. And like I said last time around too, I even bought the Funko Pop of her character when she was initially like sworn in as heir to the throne. So yeah, hopefully she does stick around even if it is flashbacks, but yeah, I'm definitely interested also to see the actress that does take her place in regards to adult version of Rhaenyra. But yeah, going back to Daemon and that whole battle scene, we didn't really see much of the crab feeder either, if I gotta say, because, or I do gotta say, because for the most part, we just saw him like placing crabs on these people that are still alive, on these soldiers, making them suffer, and he looks so freaking badass. I was kind of expecting a little bit more out of the crab feeder. You guys probably knew, the ones that have read the books and whatnot, that he wasn't going to be around for long, but for myself, I didn't know if he was going to be like a villain for the entire series, or if he was just going to be here for like a one-off, 1 or 2 episodes, which is exactly what he was there for, which kind of sucks because, yeah, he looked like a badass. He kind of, it was kind of like a combination between Leatherface and also Wrong Turn, but yeah, in the end, he didn't really do much aside from just placing crabs on people and giving other people orders. Like, I don't think we actually saw him kill a single person, which was kind of weird, but yeah, Daemon at the very end there, when he saw the crab feeder kind of just slip away, he didn't really want to fight at all. I guess that was his whole prerogative, just sending other people to do the dirty work and just looking like a badass, looking like a killer. And then, yeah, that's his claim to fame right there. And then Daemon saw, as soon as he was slipping away into the cave, nope, he went after him. And then we didn't even see the fight. We didn't even see, like I'm saying, we didn't see much of the crab feeder at all because we didn't even see him get killed off. We just saw the aftermath of it, of Daemon walking out of the cave, which was a freaking incredible shot. That could have been like a poster of itself afterwards, once he's actually walked out of the cave and he's holding, man, half his torso there. You see the intestines and everything, super gory, but covered in blood also. That was absolutely phenomenal. I think the dragon was flying in the background too. I gotta go back and rewatch that scene because that was freaking fantastic. But that in itself, that whole image of just Daemon standing there, holding half the torso covered in blood with all the destruction and chaos in the background. Potentially the dragon was flying as well. Like I said, I gotta go back. But that in itself could be, and it should be, a poster if it's not already, because yeah, I want that as a poster. My God, I will definitely hang that up. If I see that online, I'm gonna pick that up because that's how badass that was, and that's how much I freaking love that scene. But yeah, earlier on in the episode, we also saw a bit of Alicent and more Otto Hightower kind of working his magic, doing his thing. One of the things that I do actually appreciate about Otto in regards to just his whole craft and being who he is and doing what he does, he knows when to back off. Like, he gets in the king's ear and he's really good at noticing like when it's starting to piss off the king or he's going a little bit too hard. And then once the king like gives him the eye or something or looks up, he definitely realizes, he's like, no, you're right, king. I will definitely listen to your words, and I shall come back another time. And then, he leaves, he comes back, and then that's when he comes back even harder. But in this case, this episode, instead of coming back even harder, well, I guess he did in a way. He actually went to his daughter, Alicent, And he kind of worked his magic through her and made her work her magic to the king, and it worked because he listened. And what she was saying in regards to Rhaenyra having to marry, and I also like seeing the Lannister pop up, even though I was not a fan of his character at all. I saw exactly what he was trying to do right away. I was reading between the lines, but yeah, I don't know if he's going to be sticking around or not, but it's still cool to see like the lineage and the ancestors of the families that we know. We need some more Stark blood in the show, though, I must say. But yeah, just in regards to Alicent saying to Viserys, let her be the one to choose. Like, maybe she'll be more open and accepting to the fact and be more open to marrying, even though she doesn't even want to do that as of right now, at least. And I think we already know who she's going to choose, or at least I think so. Maybe she won't make the same mistake as her father in regards to choosing with her heart, because clearly the one soldier that she has, Kristen, I think it is, clearly there's a thing there between them. Like, we've seen the eyes, especially when they're out there in the woods this episode, next to the fire, the campfire there, under the stars. Like, she was giving a little bit of a look, but it wasn't as romantic as I was initially thinking it was going to be. She was actually kind of asking him, like, will I ever be accepted as queen? And then he kind of responded the right way to respond, just like, well, I have to. So I kind of have to accept you as you are the heir to the throne as of right now. But this episode, we also saw the little one born. I think it was Aegon Targaryen. So yeah, Viserys officially has a son. I guess it all worked out in the end, choosing Alicent, which is very interesting. We didn't even really see the birth or anything. Like, this show has really been skipping ahead quite a bit. I'm sure the next episode, I guess every single episode is going to skip ahead a few years, which is, like I said, very interesting. And because of that, some of these characters or some of these actors playing these characters aren't going to be sticking around. We haven't really seen any major deaths so far out of like our main crew, aside from the villain so far, which was the crab feeder. And like I said, I was kind of disappointed in regards to just his overall outcome, because he has such a cool look, but he really didn't do much too. But I guess in the end it didn't really matter, because we got that badass battle scene, seeing the dragon in action too. Like, man, when did we first see the dragons in action in Game of Thrones? Like, I swear, it must have been a few seasons. Obviously, at the end of the first season, we see her come from the fire and whatnot. And I think that's when they were first hatched from the eggs as well. But it took them a while to grow and really like kick into gear and become badass dragons like what we're seeing here. So to get into the third episode, man, I was definitely pleased by that. But yeah, I kind of want to go back a little bit first, because I definitely already discussed the battle and stuff, but the stuff with Rhaenyra, I kind of skipped ahead. I was already discussing a little bit, but just with the king being open to, or being more open to her decision of who she chooses, I still don't know if she's actually going to choose Kristen or not, because I kind of feel like she's smart enough, even though she wants to, or she'd rather go with her heart. I kind of feel like she's going to do what's best for the realm and best for the family. In the end, aside from not choosing the Lannister, I feel like she might go with, like, we were introduced to Corlys' son. We saw him flying a dragon. I'm pretty sure that was him flying the dragon in battle, because Daemon was on the ground this episode too. So now that we've seen him appear, and I kind of feel like she might not make the same mistake that her father made. So I don't know. I'm very interested to see what she does, but the fact that Viserys is now open to the fact that she could choose whoever, I don't know what exactly she's going to do. So I'm very interested to see what goes down next episode. I don't even know if the actress playing Rhaenyra is still going to be around next episode. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that did go down now that Aegon's actually here. I'm very interested to see how it's all going to play out. But I did really like that about Viserys also. Like, people were in his ear non-stop this episode. Like, every single time he turned, even with his wife Alicent, he knew, like, as soon as she came like there to discuss it, Rhaenyra, that whole marrying situation, he knew right away, even before she opened her mouth. So like, she just sat down and just like, Rhaenyra. Like, he knew right off the bat, because it's been like that intense, everybody in his ear. So it is not easy being king. You can see the stress. I thought something bad was going to happen to him this episode too. Like, as I've said, I've not read the book, so I don't know his eventual fate, his outcome, like how he goes, how he passes. I don't expect him to last this entire season though, so I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, within the next couple episodes we do see the end of King Viserys. But I don't know, I was kind of expecting something bad to happen to him this episode, because we saw him got super drunk, and as he was hungover, I think it was the next day, as he went out on his hunt, and it wasn't even really a hunt. I don't know, I wasn't really a fan of that. I have nothing against hunting. I'm not a hunter. I just don't think I could do that, even if I was forced to, I guess, unless it was post-apocalyptic case, like it was a survival type of thing. But yeah, as of right now, if I have the choice not to hunt, I'm not gonna hunt because I don't think I could like stab or shoot an animal like that. I'll stick to the video games. Red Dead Redemption hunting, that's about as much as I do, but I don't know, I was kind of expecting a King Robert moment there as he was hungover going out there, and then they were holding it down too, like it was a free kill, free easy shot, but I was kind of expecting it to get loose, like to go buck wild, and then one of its antlers to stab him. I don't know what I was thinking. Clearly none of that happened. I don't really know the significance of that. Definitely let me know, guys, what like the symbolism of that whole scene was, because I definitely feel like I missed how that was all playing out. But I did appreciate the fact that Rhaenyra afterwards, after her night out with Kristen, as she's like taking in the scenery, looking at the views and everything, we actually see the white elk, I think it was, the white hart that actually appeared, the one that the others were actually hunting, but they're the ones, of course, that came across it. And yeah, I just thought it was a beautiful scene. I definitely kind of missed some of the, I don't know, the symbolism, how symbolic it actually was, what the meaning of it all was. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in regards to that, because I definitely feel like some of that went over my head. Don't get me wrong, I thought it was beautiful nonetheless, but in regards to the overall symbolism of it, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts for it. But yeah, this was a strong episode. I'm surprised the crab feeder is gone already. We definitely made some advancements. We skipped ahead quite a few years. I think it was 3 years, they said, with Aegon now being here. King now has a son, but like I was also getting to, I kind of skipped over this. King Viserys, like I'm really appreciating his character. He may not be the best fit, the most suitable king for the throne to sit on the throne, but some of his decisions and him actually choosing to stick by his decisions, I do appreciate the fact that now that he does have a son, he's still sticking by that, even though everybody's in his ear as well. So I think that's super cool of Viserys, even though you guys are all saying, let me know too, that he may not be the best suitor for the throne. The throne is even speaking out against it because it's like cutting him and injuring him. We didn't really see any more in regards to the injuries this episode either. I didn't even expect him to last additional 3 years. I didn't think he would be around, stick around long enough to have a son with Alicent. So the story is definitely throwing me for a loop here, not playing out exactly the way that I thought it would play out, but I'm glad he's still around because at the end of the day, I do think he is a decent guy. I do like some of the decisions he is making. So yeah, hopefully he does stick around a little bit longer. But like I said, I don't think he's going to see the end of the season. We shall see. But I have no idea where we go from here. Daemon did not accept his brother's help, King Viserys' help. So I feel like now that he took out the crab feeder as well, he's definitely earned everybody's respect. More people are going to be backing him as a true suitor to the throne, as the heir to the throne, the rightful heir to the throne. So who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in and tries to take out Aegon himself. So yeah, very interested to see what goes down next. Clearly some people are going to be backing Daemon. Who do you back? Who do you guys think is the true heir to the throne? We got Aegon, we got Rhaenyra, we got Daemon. I really like Daemon, but I'm also, if I have to choose, I think I'm backing Rhaenyra out of everybody right now. That's my final decision. Although I gotta say, Daemon is a freaking badass, man. I love every single time he's on screen. I'm not familiar with this actor. I know he is a big actor. I've seen him on covers and thumbnails and whatnot, but I've never actually seen Doctor Who. I'm pretty sure that that's where he's most recognized from, where he's from. So I don't even recall seeing any of his movies, but honestly, guys, he's blowing me away in the role of Daemon. Absolutely fantastic job. I actually really come to like the one actor playing Viserys as well. I've always liked him in other shows like Peaky Blinders and movies I've also seen him in also at The World's End. I think I mentioned that last time, but it took a little while. I wasn't 100% behind him in the role of Viserys, but I think now at the end of the third episode and just getting to know the character a little bit more, I think I fully back him in the role. I think he's doing a fantastic job in the role of King Viserys. So everybody, honestly, I have really no complaints about this episode. When it came to the last episode, I thought it was a little bit slower, especially compared to the first one with the tournament and the birthing scene. It was still a good episode, don't get me wrong. I'm loving this entire series so far. We're 3 episodes in, and I think we're 3 for 3, but I definitely thought the pacing was a little bit off in compared to the first episode, but all that's out the window. That was just a minor complaint. This episode, we pick things right back up again. So yeah, I can't wait for the next one. I think I'm done, guys. That's pretty much all that I did have to say. I am surprised that the crowd feeder is not going to be sticking around for the rest of the season, but I am glad that Daemon is, because him walking out with the torso, I need that as a poster. So as always, guys, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like, subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Till next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Happy long weekend. Peace.
What, I didn't smoke enough for you? Didn't drink enough for you? Wasn't fun enough for you? Wasn't good enough for you? Damn, you play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I'm not the one to be yo-yo, and when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave. Let you back in, you came back in and shit on me. Drag me along for a week. So